The rain hangs over London like a held breath. It slicks the cobblestones of Whitehall and darkens the stone of the war rooms until the buildings seem to sweat. Inside, the air smells of damp wool, cigarette smoke, and ink that never quite dries. A clock ticks too loudly. Every second lands like a pebble dropped into a deep well. Winston Churchill stands at the long table, shoulders hunched, fingers stained with ink and tobacco. His hat rests beside him like a tired animal. He has not slept properly in days. The war does not allow sleep. It only allows pauses. A folded message lies in front of him. He does not open it at first. Outside, somewhere far away, a siren moans, low, almost bored. London has learned this sound. It is the sound of waiting to see what will be taken next. Churchill exhales. The breath rattles in his chest. He reaches for the paper, thick and official, and breaks the seal. The words inside are sharp, careless, heavy. Montgomery has referred to American soldiers as useless. Churchill closes his eyes. For a moment he sees not a general, not a strategy map, not a speech. He sees mud, boots, boys with faces still half-made. He smells cordite and wet earth. He hears accents, Alabama, Ohio, Brooklyn, blending with Yorkshire and Welsh and Cockney into a single, desperate language of survival. Useless, Montgomery has said. The word hangs in the room, invisible but choking. Churchill opens his eyes. Bloody fool, he murmurs. Not with anger alone, but with a deeper fear. Because words once spoken in wartime do not stay where they are put. Across the Atlantic, the journey is long, gray, and relentless. In the belly of a transport ship, American soldiers lie shoulder to shoulder. The steel walls sweat salt. Diesel fumes cling to their tongues. Every wave slams the hull like a hammer striking doubt into iron. Private Tommy Blake grips a photograph in his pocket. His mother stands in front of a clapboard house, smiling too carefully. The edges of the photo are soft now, worn thin by nights of touch. "Think they'll hate us over there?" Someone whispers in the dark. "No," another voice answers, uncertain. "They asked us to come." The ship creaks. Somewhere above, boots stomp. Somewhere below, someone retches. They have heard the stories. The British think they're loud, soft, late to the fight. They've heard whispers from officers who try not to whisper. The Europeans don't think much of you. Tommy presses his forehead to the cold steel. He does not feel useless. He feels afraid. He feels young. He feels like the ocean might swallow him whole before he ever fires a shot. In England, the propaganda posters promise unity. Hands clasped across oceans. Smiling soldiers sharing cigarettes. Reality smells like mold and sweat and fear. The first shock comes quietly. It arrives in the form of silence. Past hedgerows stitched tight with thorns. They expect contempt, a turned shoulder, a curled lip. Instead, they find eyes watching from doorways, curious, tired, grateful. An old woman offers bread. Real bread, still warm. Tommy's hands tremble as he takes it. "Thank you," he says too loudly. She pats his arm as if he is already wounded. Elsewhere in North Africa, in Italy and France, prisoners, German prisoners, are experiencing a shock of their own. A young German corporal named Ernst. Keller stares at the food tray in front of him. Meat, potatoes, white bread. He blinks, certain this is a mistake. In his diary, written with a stub of pencil he has hidden in his boot, he writes, "They feed us better than home. I am ashamed of how quickly I eat." He has been told Americans are decadent, weak. He has been told they will torture him. Instead, an American guard offers him a cigarette. Ernst does not know where to put his eyes. The meals become a quiet torment. Ernst watches steam rise from coffee. He remembers his mother boiling turnips until they dissolve into gray water. He remembers counting slices of bread like sins. The Americans eat without ceremony. They complain about powdered eggs. They throw away crusts. At night, Ernst presses his hands to his stomach and feels it, full. He hates the feeling. He craves it. "Why are they like this?" he writes. "If they are useless, why are they strong?" An American medic cleans a prisoner's wound gently, almost tenderly. "Hold still," he says. The German flinches at the kindness more than the pain. In England, Churchill reads reports of such moments. Small mercies performed without orders. Humanity leaking through the cracks of total war. Montgomery's word, useless, sits on his desk. Like an accusation. Letters arrive from home. Tommy reads about grocery stores full of food. Factories roaring day and night. Neon lights still glowing. He feels pride. Then guilt. Why should his world remain whole while Europe bleeds? In a British mess hall, officers argue quietly. They don't understand our war, one says. They're learning it, another replies. Churchill listens, says nothing. He knows learning comes with cost. Montgomery's remark spreads like smoke. Not officially, never officially, but words find cracks. Churchill drafts a response, tears it up, drafts another. He thinks of the future, of beaches yet unstormed, of boys who will need to believe they belong. In his private notes, he writes, "We do not win this war by belittling those who stand beside us." He sends for Montgomery. The meeting is brief, cold. "You may be brilliant," Churchill says softly, "but brilliance without humility is a liability." Montgomery bristles. Churchill leans in. "Those Americans you dismiss," he continues, "are crossing oceans to die on foreign soil. Choose your words as if their lives depend on them, because they do." The room is very still. The war moves on. Beaches, blood, victory measured in names carved into stone. Years later, Ernst Keller will return home carrying memories heavier than his body. Tommy Blake will survive, older than his years. Churchill will stand before crowds and speak of unity, of shared sacrifice. But sometimes, late at night, he will remember that single word, useless, and how close it came to becoming a truth, simply by being spoken. The rain still falls on London. The clock still ticks. And history, like memory, never forgets the weight of words spoken in the dark.